Good idea if they're serious about your knives and you want to maintain them. Certainly, like I said earlier, you may want to take it to a local knife shop once a year just to have them tuned up. A lot of times you'll have the little nicks, the dings, the tips will be bent. They can correct that stuff without ruining the knife. Whereas if you tried to do that, correct that on here, you'd be taking off way more metal than you need to take. Whereas a professional, he knows exactly what can be done, what should be done. I know with my cleavers, that's fairly typical. I know this blade has a little swoop in it here from cutting through chicken bones and that kind of stuff. So these are typically the ones where they get the most damage because you're trying to cut through heavier bones and cartilage and that kind of stuff, and you're smacking it or whatever, so you get the little dings and stuff like that. But like I said, that's stuff that a professional knife sharpener can fix pretty easily.
Yeah, I mean my blue handles here, those are my knives out of my holster. These are everyday new blade. Every day I go into work, it's a new blade put on. Right. Whereas my home knives, once a month maybe on this. But we don't go out to dinner. Right. We cook at home, so and then the other thing about steels is you got to match the steel to the size of the blade. I can do it on this one, but this is my slicing knife, and way bigger than most people are ever going to buy. But you need a bigger steel to match that.
Right, to be able to go across it all the way.
Yeah. Otherwise, accidents happen, and the average home person is going to end up with cuts.
Now I noticed that certainly your knife is bigger than my knife, but I also see that my slicing knife does not have any of these little grooves in it. Same thing with my my Nakuri knife. It has little grooves in it across that. Can you explain to us what that's for?
It's called a Granton edge, and what it does, if you look at it, there's little pockets that it creates as it goes, and it's air pockets. So these are slicing knives, and when you're slicing delicate things, when you want to get thin slices, the Granton works good because there's no resistance then. The air is getting between what was cut and what is being cut, and it's creating little channels that the knife can flow through. So it doesn't, you don't get caught up doing long slices. Okay. So like this is when I'm out barbecuing, this is my brisket knife. And I compete, so I want perfect brisket slices.
Right, you don't want those little
jagged edges. So that's what that's for.
Meat.
Yep. Okay. So this avoids all the tears. A little more maintenance on this because I can't do it on this.
Right.
I have to take this one in and have it sharpened. But it's a nice knife.